Hello. What I want to do today is give you a little bit of a tour of the Google platform and some of the things you can do with it. I will point out that some of the tools that Google makes available to you may not be covered unless it is determined by our research that it's a necessary tool for what you do in your work environment. As you can see here, I'm signing into my Google account with the username and password, and since I come here a lot, I set up my computer to remember this login info. This is a practice I don't recommend unless you're using your own personal computer that no one else has access to. Here's my Google homepage. If you have a Yahoo account and use the home page, then you have the understanding of the principle that's going on here. For those who don't, basically I've set up a page that gives me one-click access to many of the website links that I use every day. There's Yahoo for my personal email, Bible Gateway, and Mac support for my Apple computer. Since I spend a lot of time on Twitter and Facebook for work and personal use, there's an app that I link to this page so I can keep up with activity without necessarily having to go into those respective pages. As you can see here, I can move my content by clicking and holding down the app window and dragging where I want, since some of the info on the page I want to access more quickly than others, and that makes the page much more personalized. And here there's a Google Calendar that I've configured to remind me about all the things that I have in my work schedule. To my left, I have all my links separated by category so I can access info quickly. An example of how you can use this is separation of personal, school links, and subject matter links. I'm going to show you the Google Documents window, which will offer you an effective option for many software solutions that may be of use at your site. Here you see all the documents associated with my Google account. These are both documents I've created and ones I've had access to because someone sent me the link. We'll go into permissions a bit later. Let's look at the Google presentation. This is one I'm working on for my grad school, and as you can see, it offers many of the same types of features that you might see in Microsoft PowerPoint. Let's look at the slideshow of this presentation. As you can see, once I finish the slide, it'll work much like any other slideshow presentation. Let's take a look at the drawing app and what you can do with it. Here we see a diagram my project team all contributed to that was created simply by utilizing these shapes and colors, not unlike a drawing app present in Windows or Publisher document. Okay, here we are back in the document window, and now we're going to look at the sites feature. As you can see, these are the sites that I've created through my account. And here we have a website template that is free to use and customized that came from many different themes submitted by Google users for free usage. This is the basic setup before my grad team goes in and adds our content for our respective pages. Now I'll take you to my page on this site. Now at the time of this video, this page is in progress, so you get to see what a site looks like while it's being worked on. Here you see an MP3 I've created and a small copy of the slideshow that I showed you earlier. And at the bottom you'll see a copy of the online form that you have or are currently completing for me. Now let's go back to the Documents page so I can show you the actual Google form. Now once a form is created, clicking on it takes you to a document similar to an Excel spreadsheet, which is kind of cool because all of the information inputted into the form is neatly organized for your records. And although I haven't shown you this on the screen, you can export this data as an Excel spreadsheet, and it makes documentation of information much easier. Let's look at the actual form and its data. Here we see all the action questions and the text fields created for your feedback. Google also allows you storage space for your photo albums through Picasa. This is a bonus for DBI, by the way, since previously I was your webmaster. Going to my Picasa photo album on Google will show you the location of DBI's senior class activities photos as well as the repository of some of my own online photos. Now let's return to the document window so I can show you what you probably know well, your Gmail account. If you remember, the second from the top far left is where you would access and set up your calendar that I spoke of earlier that shows up on your iGoogle page. One last overview and it will be done right now. And this is all about Google Wave. This is a great collaboration tool for a site like yours where colleagues are scattered across the city. Unlike other chat rooms where you lose the prior chat when you log out, the complete chat thread is present whenever you log in, so whoever is invited to the chat can add to it as convenient. As the date tag shows on this conversation, it occurred between my team and I for a couple of days. This makes for a great collaboration tool as none of my colleagues live here in Jacksonville. I know I've covered a lot of info, so feel free to go back over this tutorial at your convenience and familiarize yourself with whatever information you can prior to our first training. As always, I'm available to help you with answers or search for the answers with you. Contact me with any questions and I'll be talking with you soon. Unlike other chat rooms where you lose the prior chat information when you log out, the complete chat thread is present. Whenever you log in,